In this video, we're taking a look at René's sleep mode and a cool little feature that I didn't even realize it did until just recently. It really opened up a whole new way of using René, so I wanted to show it to everyone and hopefully it does the same for you. You're probably already familiar with René's default seek mode behavior, where turning off access for a particular stage is like removing it from the sequence. So now only these stages are access enabled and only they play. It's literally like they don't exist. So if you were to access deny the last two stages, you'd have a 14-step sequence here instead of 16. With sleep mode, on the other hand, the stage is not skipped. It still exists. Whatever stages that have access disabled, they're still counted, but whatever their voltage setting is from the knob is simply not counted. It's like it's ignored. The voltage won't change. So if we were to have sleep mode enabled, and simply turn off these stages, they're still actually played, but the voltage never changes. Why would you want to do that, for example? Well, let's say you wanted the last part of your 16-step sequence to have the variation in the beginning you didn't. So this last pitch is just held all through these stages until it gets back here again. Well, you might be saying, well, I could just turn all the pitches to the same thing. Yeah, you could, but then you couldn't program some other variation here and at the drop of a hat turn it back on again. So that's one really cool use of sleep mode. All right, let's take a look at my favorite little feature of sleep mode. Again, if we were in seek mode and we were playing and only had these stages access enabled, only those 4 stages would play. It's like the sequencer only knows about those 4 stages. And consequently, only those 4 stages will play. The gate settings for those stages will only have effect. However, in sleep mode, only these pitches, these voltage changes have effect. However, the entire sequence of the gate stages is played. So the really cool thing here is you could program separate rhythm patterns for the X and Y gates. They'll play through regardless of what your access stage settings are. So one of my favorite things to do is actually just turn off all the stages. The rhythm plays and I can just manually change the pitch. Or just hold down certain stages for the sequence. Or if I only want certain stages to play, or have a pitch effect. And you may have noticed that the whole touch override still has effect here in sleep mode. So now every gate will trigger as I'm holding it. So sleep mode ends up making it even more easy to improvise and play René in a performance aspect. At least that's how I feel about it. Hopefully this is an eye-opener for you guys and has some really cool ideas to exploit that. So check out sleep mode. Thanks for watching. For those of you who are watching really closely and we're trying to figure out how I got Y gates to trigger when the Y clock was not pulsing at the exact same time, it's using the gate by opposing clock feature. So if we were to go to that's the X setup page, just in case you wanted to see it. If we go to the Y function page, we want to enable this. This allows the Y gate to be driven by the opposing, aka the X clock. So this clock is the main one for programming the gates. The Y clock here then just advances through here. And that's how I did it.